Hello, my name is Dennis. I'm a psychic medium, and welcome to my channel. So I wanted to briefly talk about energy. So what is energy and how does energy affect us? Well, if you're anything like me, a highly sensitive being, you can be susceptible to all sorts of energy, which can be a bit of a pain sometimes, especially if you're really highly sensitive like I am. Personally for me, when I go out to like the shopping centre, for example, and you're surrounded by so many people, that's energy. You're amongst and in the midst of all this energy and lots going on. So you can literally be picking up and absorbing all sorts of things, which is what I do. What I've had to learn the hard way, but what I've had to learn is which I now do every single morning, during my meditation and my prayer. I set my intentions and I guide myself, I protect myself by calling my angels, my team, to surround me with golden light and to protect me. I think this is absolutely important for me personally. It's very important that I do this. One of the reasons why I'm sitting here talking about this, I feel that my story, and the things that I'm doing, is going to benefit a lot of other people out there, a lot of like-minded people out there. This is going to really help you guys too, especially if you're on the journey of discovering your psychic or your spiritual abilities, or whether you're wakening up, or whatever it may be. This is going to help you too. If you're anything like me, and I consider myself just an average, ordinary Joe Blow. I really do. And I've learned a lot over the period that I've kind of been, working with and trying to develop myself. I learned a lot, and a lot of that learning that I've done is a lot through trial and error. The best way to learn is sometimes through trial and error. I didn't have anyone sit me down and explain, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, you're going to feel this, you're going to feel that. I had none of that. I watched and continue to watch a lot of YouTube videos on all sorts of different things. I've read books. I meditate on a regular daily basis. Do your meditation, that's important. Be consistent with that. But I wanted to discuss energy. So the other day, I went to the mechanics with my husband. He's kindly did a registration check. So I went to the mechanics with him. As soon as I walked in, straight away I had a man sitting at a desk in front of me, but the way that his chair was positioned on the desk, you could just see like from the eyes up. So his eyes on the top of his head, and I just felt these eyes looking directly and glaring at me, and as soon as he did that, bam, I felt this instant energy just like penetrate through me, and I felt really yucky and just felt really nasty, negative, and just yuck. And there was another man there that also noticed us as we walked in, and he looked at me as well, and as soon as he looked at me, bam, I felt energy from him as well. So I literally felt energy from two different people directed towards us, well, me, right? And so we sat down and we had to wait while they did their thing, and I just sat there and immediately had this feeling of, I don't like the energy that's here, I'm not liking this isn't right, like I don't feel right, get me out of here. I didn't say that to my husband. I sat there, waited, patiently. Once we were done and once we were out of there, I did feel like a relief being out of there, but what I didn't realize is what had already been done had been done. I had already absorbed this energy that wasn't mine, didn't belong with me, wasn't my stuff, and I had just been like an absorbent sponge and went and absorbed all this yucky energy that did not belong to me and was not mine. And so I went home, tried to do a few things, was trying to upload a YouTube video that I had done, and nothing was working. The computers just weren't doing what I wanted them to do. It was really, really frustrating. And I just felt myself getting more and more and more frustrated and more frustrated and more frustrated. And then I began to get really annoyed and really irritated. And then I kind of got to this point where I just realized, hold on a second, time out, stop. This isn't me. I'm getting all worked up over something so silly and so trivial. It's really, really affecting me negatively. What is going on? Why am I feeling like this? This is not me. This isn't me. Time out. So I had to breathe, and I went and saged myself. Got the sager and literally saged myself. Meditated. And tried to release whatever it is that was around me or on me, release. Called in my angels and my guides and my spirit team to help release all that for me. But it was really heavy. It was dense, it was heavy, it was yuck, and it wasn't mine. And I just wanted to share that story because I thought it was really, really quite interesting and how energy can affect us, especially us spiritually like-minded people, because you know, we work with energy, we deal with energy, we work with, even if you don't work with energy, you're having to deal with energy every single day. It's a given. You're going to, whether you're going out, you're going to have to go out and leave your home. You can't be a recluse. So you're going to have to leave the home at some point, and whenever you leave that front door, you're going to be susceptible. Me personally, I'm going to be susceptible to energy, and so I need to make sure that I keep that under wraps, so to speak. So it's important that I keep myself grounded and that I protect myself always. Because that energy does affect me, does affect me. And for me personally, it's all been really about, it's all been trial and error for me, it really has been. Watching YouTube videos, like I said, all that sort of stuff, yeah, but a lot of it's been through trial and error. But picking up on it straight away like that really was, for me, I was able to kind of nip it in the butt straight away and not let it kind of take on a life of its own, so to speak. You know, I was able to be like, okay, stop, hold on, this isn't me, this doesn't belong to me, you need to, whatever this is, exit stage right, see you later, type thing, you know. So I just wanted to talk about my little experience with energy and how it affected me and what I did. So that's my little story. Hope it helps someone out there, maybe who may be similar to me. But for me personally, energy, like I said, it does affect me in a big way. You know, it can be quite frustrating. Energy can also affect me physically. I have in the past gotten really, really strong, like abdominal pains. So energy, for me personally, energy does affect me. It can affect me physically. So I can get a physical stomach, like my stomach can get really, really sore. My intestines and I get physical symptoms. Especially if I'm in a situation where if I'm around a certain person who's quite negative, or if I'm in a situation that I don't like, I can get those physical, and have gotten those physical symptoms. And a perfect example of that is weeks ago, you know, at work, having to deal with a new manager, and she came in, you know, she's the new manager, the new kid on the block. You know, she came in all guns blazing, as they do, God bless their little cotton socks. You know, she came in all guns blazing, wanting to assert her authority and all that sort of jazz. I could see through all that stuff, I really could. You know, she came in, you know, doing all that sort of stuff, and immediately as she was there interacting with me, felt physically a physical like pain, and it wasn't because I had eaten something, it wasn't because I ate something bad or wrong, or because I was sick. I wasn't ill, I wasn't anything like that. It was her, and it was the energy that came from this particular person, and it affected me really, really quite sharp and severe. I thought, oh, this isn't good, you know. But I was able to deal with that. I dealt with it the best I could, cleared myself of that. But so for me, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's difficult. You know, having to deal with and being susceptible to energy like that. For me personally, it can be quite full on. You know, especially when I get those physical sensations. But I'm learning it. I'm getting better with it. Grounding and protecting myself every day. I've got my beautiful angels and God and my spirit team who help me every single day. I call on them every single morning when I do my 10 minutes of meditation and prayer, set my intention, all that sort of stuff. And it has helped me a lot. It really, really has. But with the meditation, for me, you know, I found you have to be consistent, and I've heard this from other people, and it's true. You've got to be consistent with the meditation. It's no good doing it once here and once there. You really, really need to be consistent with it every single day. You know, it doesn't have to be for hours and hours and hours. You don't need to sit there chanting om. No, you don't need to do that. If that works for you, great, awesome, do that. But you don't need to sit there for hours and hours chanting Om. No, that's not what I do. 10 minutes is what I do. Well, sometimes I do a bit extra. I always do at least 10 minutes of my meditation. And like I said, during my meditation time, I ask the angels and ask my spirit guides to surround me with golden light so that I am protected. I ask them to clear, you know, anything that may be attached to me or any energy that doesn't belong with me. I ask them to send it and give it to God. Protect myself, surround myself with energy, with beautiful love and golden light. And yeah, and I just give a little prayer of thanks and gratitude to God, and to the angels and to Mother Earth. That's my thing. That's what I do. You might, you know, have other things that you want to do or whatever works for you. This isn't a one size fits all. You know, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to meditation, when it comes to, you know, developing yourself, if that's what you want to do, this is not a one size fits all. It really isn't. You know, you're going to find things that work for you, you know, that won't necessarily work for others. So I could be saying this is what works for me, and then you might be watching this thinking, well, no, that doesn't work for me. That's cool. That's fine. Absolutely fine. And vice versa. You may have things that work for you but don't work for me. You know, that's what I mean. This is not a one size fits all thing. So it's quite individualized. It really is when it comes to spirituality, and our own abilities and dealing with all that sort of stuff. It really is, you know, an individualized thing. You've just got to find out and figure out what works for you and what doesn't, and what resonates with you and what doesn't. So anyway, I hope this helps in some way, shape or form. I do like talking about and documenting my journey because I really do feel like, you know, not only is it helping me understand it, but it's helping other people out there that may be, you know, along the same lines or on the same path that I am. So wanting to explain it so that you get it and I get it and we help each other out that way. So love and light, blessings to all, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.